Okay, what's going on, everybody? So, since everyone's quarantined and whatever, and we're not supposed to be going places, I figured I'd make more YouTube videos. So I'm gonna try to make a video every day this week. This is the first one. Let's see if I can do it. A little quick change of plans though. The thing I was gonna make for the first week is behind you, but it's raining, so I'm gonna use it for tomorrow's video. So today, we are gonna turn a winged ball on the lathe. If you wanna see how to do it, stick around. So I found this piece of wood that I've had for forever laying around, and I measured the side, which is 3 inches, and then I go ahead and I'm going to make the thing widthwise 3.5. So I mark that, set my fence at the table saw, and then push it through. And I'm not 100% sure what wood this is, so if you know, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think it is. I thought it was red oak, but I'm not 100% sure now. So now I need to find center on this, so I'd use a scrap piece of wood that's straight and corner to corner on both sides to get center. And then I didn't have a punch, but I did have my compass, so I poked a little hole, and I'm using a drill bit. I can't remember the size drill bit, but it's just under the size for my wormwood screw, and put it in there about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Put the screw in the lathe in between the jaws, and I turn it on to make sure that I put it in right and it's spinning true. So I hand turn the lathe to get the screw into the wood and push it in there tight. So I start by turning this real slow because it's kind of dangerous, and apparently I lost the footage of turning the bottom and the foot, so let's pretend that's what I'm doing here. I use my round carbide tool to do the bottom and the wings. Then I come back with my detail tool and clean up the foot before taking it off the lathe. Here's what the bottom looks like after that was done. And now it's time to sand. So I do sand the bottom part just in the center. I don't do the wings because I don't want my fingers to get caught. So I go through the different sandpapers. Then I'm taking it off the lathe and going to turn it around after I take the wormwood screw out and use that foot to actually be the thing that the jaws grab. So now I have to hollow out for the bowl, and at the same time I need to thin down the wings on this side to make it just a little more pleasant looking rather than it's so bulky. So as you can see, you can kind of see it's bowl shaped, so I got the wings flaring down pretty good, and now I'm going to flatten the top, kind of getting ready for hollowing out the center. I noticed after I turned it off that the edge was still flat from cutting, so I rounded that a little bit more, and as you can see, that flat spot is gone. So now I'm going to hollow out the center, and I just ballpark where the edge is, where I have about a 1/4 inch from the edge so it doesn't fall all the way through, as you can see right there. And now I'm going to take my calipers and use it to figure out about how much deeper I need to go in reference to how thick the bottom is left. So right there I got about a 1/4 inch left to go, and I did that off camera because you've already seen me do it. So now it's time for sanding. So I sand the inside because that's hard to do later on, and I go through 120, 220, and 320. And now it's time to take it off the lathe, and there it is. It's still a little rough on the edge, so I use my Festool sander, sand the edges a little bit, and then it's a lot of hand sanding, seeing as I did not want to sand that part on the lathe in case I caught my fingers. And I'm just going to finish this with lacquer gloss. I like everything shiny, so I start by spraying the bottom. That way I can then flip it over because it's just that very little foot that's sitting. And then I spray it really, really good, and I'm going to spray it probably about 4 times. So the thing about lacquer is you can spray it, and about every 30 minutes come and put another coat, and that's what I like about it the most. So a little trick I do when I'm spraying anything or just need things to dry faster, granted lacquer does dry fast anyways, is I put it in a room with a dehumidifier, and that tends to make it dry really quick. So now that it's done after about 4 coats of lacquer, here's some final product pictures of it with some candy, and I think this turned out pretty well. I'm still not 100% sure what wood this is. I think it's red oak, but if you know, let me know. Hey guys, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And this is not my first one of these, but it's only my second. So I'm not no expert at the winged bowl. But it is interesting. It's a different little look, you know, to put candy or nuts. In the footage I lost where I was turning the bottom, I did have footage of me wearing this helmet while I was turning it, but I lost that. So I was being safe because this is a tricky, it's not tricky, but you don't want that to fly off because it's like a propeller. So I was wearing my Trend helmet. I will have a link down below if you're interested in one of these. Really like it. But I will see y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.